recommend you take a look at everything from employer websites to the NAUP website to Chambers and Partners to Vault to your individual school resources, Martindale.
I also want to recommend that you talk to people at your law school, particularly any alumni or people that are above you in the law school who can talk to you about their experience at the firm. And I think it's okay to reach out sort of generally for that without, even if you don't know somebody, I think you should make a big effort to try to find the people that have worked at the firm and then talk to them, because they probably have the most recent and most specific knowledge that's going to help you in your job interviews.
You need to bring your intellect, your personality, and your mother wit. One of the things we're trying to assess during interview is a 20-minute speed dating process, is a feel, if you will, for who you are, whether or not you'll fit in with our institution, and what type of person you are vis-a-vis who we are. Law firms all have personalities. We're all different. We're not going to change, though. I mean, that's what the interview process is about, is finding people who fit within the confines, ethos, personality of our firm. So we're really looking at you as a potential candidate to try to determine whether or not you'll fit with us.
I think that basically what you want to bring to the interview is your resume, your transcript, a writing sample, just in case the interviewer happens to not have any of that information. And you might just want to bring a pen and a notepad just in case there's something you decide you want to jot down.
You should expect questions about everything on your resume. So your work experience, yourself. What do you like? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? You can expect questions about your law school experience. Why did you come to law school? What do you want to get out of law school? What are you hoping to do? If it's somebody who went to your school, you may get specific questions about faculty members or specific courses that they took.
Why you're interested in our firm as opposed to other alternatives or choices, why you're interested in the city, where you expect to see yourself in the future in terms of being in a corporate law firm, where you expect to see yourself at various milestones and markers along the road, 2, 3 years out, 5 years out, 10 years out, and what your career plans are as a professional.
You should be prepared to get some questions that are going to be designed to gauge your ability to think on the spot and to reason through issues. You'll probably get some questions that are geared at, that would basically require you to give an opinion and state the reasons for your opinion.
You'll also likely get, in this changing legal market, some behavioral type questions. As firms are starting to identify the core competencies that make people successful in a particular organization, they're now starting to ask interview questions that get to assess whether or not the candidate has these competencies. So you're going to want to think about questions like, tell me a time that you worked on a team and you led the team, or tell me a time that you failed at something and how you recovered from that. And you'll want to be thinking about how examples on your resume allow you to answer this type of question.
I don't think you should prepare canned answers, but I would recommend that you look at the questions that you can expect, have practice questions ready. You can find those on the internet or talk to your career advisor. And I would try to answer those questions out loud, and you can kind of hear what the answers are going to be like. And I wouldn't script it or anything like that, because then it would probably come off as a little forced.
If there's anything even slightly weird on your resume, you want to have an answer for what's going on there. So for example, for me, I have a really weird educational background. Before law school, I did a master's in architecture. I can guarantee you every single person that I spoke with when I interviewed asked me about that. So I had a prepared answer explaining why it was perfectly logical for me to have done that, and I gave the same answer to every single person who asked.
A good one. Your writing sample will be reflective of you and your writing skills. By a good one, I mean a writing sample that's representative of your style, of the content that you're interested in, and your logic.
You want something that's short, you want something that's relevant, and you want something that's really your own work. And all of those things are hard to come by when you've only got 1 year of experience. So if you worked over the summer, it's possible you could have a great writing sample there, but you're going to need to make sure that you ask for permission from your employer and that you redact any information that's at all confidential. And ideally, your writing sample should be as relevant as you can make it. So if you're choosing between several different ones, choose the one that has the most bearing on what you would actually be doing in the job that you're interviewing for.